So what I'm showing here is the life cycle of a weekly options contract. And the vertical bars or the vertical columns, they are each day in the life of that weekly option. So let's say 8 days. And the magenta line, that is a representation of the premium that is slowly decaying until you get to the very last day. So you can see it says 7 DTE, that's 7 days to expiration, then 6, 5, 4, all the way down to 0 DTE, which is what we're really interested in. And the reason why we're really interested in is the rate at which that premium is decaying, shown by that purple or magenta line on that last day, and how much of that premium is left on that last day. You can see when you look at that chart, it looks like quite a bit, right? There's a lot. So what we're going to do next is we're going to look at what the effect of volatility is. So the first thing you have to ask yourself with volatility is this. What is it? What does volatility do to the market? What does it do to options? We can pretty much sum up volatility and we're going to look at it at both extremes just to make the point. We're going to talk about super high volatility and super low volatility, but the concepts are exactly the same. So when volatility is very high, price is moving in big ranges. That's kind of common sense. And a lot of times it's coming down, but it's essentially when volatility is high, that means that the range of price is very big. Now, consequently, if it's low, then it's got to be the opposite, where when volatility is very low, the range of price is very small. So how does that factor into options? Let's consider this. An option has two different ways that it can be valued, and it can either be valued on one or the other or both. And those two different ways are intrinsic and extrinsic value. Intrinsic value is the value of the option when the market goes beyond the strike price of that option. Depending on how much it goes beyond there, that's how much money that option is worth. So that's important, but it would also interest you to know that the market price only goes beyond the value, that strike price, by the end of expiration in only about 12% of all options. So in other words, most options, about 88% of them, will expire totally worthless. However, a lot of people are super into that movement and potentially getting intrinsic value because it pays really well because of the leverage. You can get into buying an option that represents, say, 100 shares of stock, or maybe a futures contract or an index or whatever it is. You can get in super small for a small amount of money and control a large amount of money. And the amount that you can get in for versus how much you can control is like the multiplier. So with stocks and indexes, that multiplier is 100. For indexes, for futures, particularly that on the S&P index, it's about 50. And then there are other indexes, but we won't talk about them because they have different multipliers. But in any event, you can see that there's a lot of leverage. I can put on a small amount of money and I can control a lot. And that's super important because that's what most people see in options, that they can get in, and if it goes into intrinsic value, they make a lot of money. The problem is that's called going long on an option. The problem with that is that it very rarely actually does that, okay? But when it does, everyone gets excited and then the value of an option gets super hot. Now, what does that have to do with volatility? With volatility, you have sometimes, like I said, with high volatility where you have big ranges, and low volatility where there are small ranges. Now think about this. When you have a big range in volatility, a big range in price, the chances or the odds of you getting into more intrinsic value are greater. So the options market looks at that and says, wow, we have lots of volatility. The chances of us getting into that intrinsic value is higher. So therefore, we're going to price the option higher. And that extra price that they put on there is called the premium or the extrinsic value. The extrinsic value is anything that's not the intrinsic value, but it is basically the time value left in that option. And that can vary really widely, and it is controlled how much it gets bloated or how much it gets thinned down by volatility and that chance that you're going to get into intrinsic value or not get into intrinsic value. The other thing that controls it is time, because by the end of expiration, that extrinsic value is slowly diminishing away until it turns into nothing. So the chart that I'm showing you here is showing you a very normalized view of what that premium decay looks like. In reality, that decay is a little bit more choppy than this. It's like up and down. But when it gets down to that last day, it is definitely going to zero. There's nothing stopping that.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you're interested in having the tools you need to become a profitable zero DTE trader, check out the link in the description. Take care, guys.